And welcome to Contemporary Black Voices. And you are sitting in our Hot Topics segment. This is Dr. Sharon Michael Chadwell. Also, we have Mr. Chris Dawkins. And we will be your hosts for today's show. Now, Hot Topics is interesting because these topics can sometimes come in overnight. And so we're trying to make those pivots as quickly as possible so that the discussion stays relevant. So our first hot topic is Israel strikes a UN school. As I said on Facebook, can somebody explain to me why it was necessary to bomb a school, even a UN-sponsored school in Gaza, and kill all those kids and stuff? So what are your thoughts about this? Because it's kind of like Israel is taking this hate, this pre-colonization mode to a whole new level.
I'm just totally appalled at the Israeli community, the Jewish community, and the American administration that supports that. I don't understand this at all. First of all, if you're talking about a war has to be between two people, and somebody's got to be fighting you back. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody fighting these people back. So Israel is just bombing and doing whatever they're doing, killing more and more people. And what is the point? I don't understand what the point is. And I get very upset when then you've got a anti-sentiment wave going on, where if you say anything about a Jewish person or Israel, then you're anti-Semitic, which to me is not correct. Can you be humanistic and not want to see folks slaughtered and killed? This seems to me to be almost like the same thing when they went through the Holocaust. I mean, it's a little bit different, but it's the same thing. So you can't ask us to understand the Holocaust when you're trying to basically do almost the same thing to other people that's in your region.
Yeah, when I heard that, first of all, I went immediately back to the school shooting down in South Texas and how it broke my heart. And I'm just going to be honest. Anytime kids are involved, senior citizens are involved, a school's involved, and they get bombed or shot at, I don't understand why. What's going on. And you know what else is disturbing to me is Congress. Now, I think it's known that people in the United States they're getting tired of this. You've got even sit-ins and protests down in the Silicon Valley now, in Google, I think, where the workers are protesting one at Google.
And they're being fired.
Yeah, to separate from any type of contracts from Israel, stop sending equipment there to Israel. So we're probably going to get tagged on this show for just talking about this, but it's a reality that make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you can make it make sense to me, then I'll stop talking about it. But right now, you cannot make it make sense, especially bombing a school.
Right.
What are them babies doing to you?
Right.
They're just existing.
Right.
But to bomb a school.
And those people have no place to go. I mean, if they could get away, they can't get away to avoid the bombing. He's telling them, okay, all y'all get in a circle and stand there to be safe. And then he sends a missile over to kill them while they're where they're at. I don't understand it. And then America, on one hand, sends them the weapons, and then on the other hand says, well, we're going to make a dock where, we can bring in these supplies for them. They won't die hungry. I don't know. I don't get it.
And so you're going back to Congress. So you're inviting Netanyahu to speak in the House. But you already know that the majority of Americans are totally against what's happening. but you're still bringing Netanyahu.
We want the money to stop going until, who's the dog wagging the tail? Okay? Are they wagging the tail? Seems like it is. They're asking for money. We're giving it to them. They pimping us. That's what it amounts to. They ask for the money. We give them the money. And we tell them we don't want them doing it. The wife says, I don't want you beating me. And they take the money and they beat them anyway.
So the big question I have is
Did
this.
you understand that?
I heard you. I just shook my head. What I understood is, okay, so United States, if we're investing, if you're investing all this money into Israel, and if the stuff hits the fan over here, United States, will Israel support us? That's a huge question,
Well, one of the questions that came up is Israel being an ally. And they say an ally means it's somebody that will come to your aid.
You ever seen the same thing?
So the question would be is what can Israel do to assist us? And in my mind, it would be they have a tremendous Air Force.
Yeah, they do have that.
They got tremendous Air
They
Force.
do have that. So it's just this striking a UN school and killing kids. There's no good that comes out of that. You can't say, well, that's what war is about. No, that's what craziness is about.
My final comment on this is that Israel is causing such a nightmare for them and the Jewish people that everybody around the world is going to be against them because of what they're doing. There are some Jewish people who I know are not for what's going on, and Netanyahu is continuing to do this. I don't know if they're going to have to assassinate him.
Well, let me take it a step further. I'm not going to say where in the United States, but a friend of mine drove around in a Jewish neighborhood. They clocked her and got her license tag number. And then the question becomes, why are you in this neighborhood? And so they're already scared because of the public sentiment regarding what's happening, in Gaza. So they have a right to be scared because this war, it's not even a war. I think the war is between all these events, against Gaza is making Americans look at the Jewish community collectively. And you do have a lot of Jewish people who are against what's happening in Gaza. But when you start but most folks look at the Jewish community collectively. So they have amped up security in their own neighborhoods.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't get what they're doing.
Mm-mm. Okay. So in the meantime, next topic. The NAACP wrote a letter to Biden. I'm going to let you take this one.
Yeah, they wrote a letter to Biden to say he basically wants, the NAACP said they basically want the support to Israel to stop because of the killing of innocent women, babies, and children. And I don't know if we've ever seen a response from the White House, what the reply was. I mean, I know what the reply is going to be. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. And from my standpoint, I understand and I get that. You got a president right now who's running for re-election, and Israel and Jewish people represent a lot of money. And you also have the Palestinians who represent a lot of votes. So it's a balancing act to try to figure out what you're going to do, who you're going to appeal to. Do you appeal to the Jews to be able to get their money? Do you appeal to the Arabs to be able to get their votes? What do? You're in a bad position there. But they're going to have to figure it out, I think, in the same way that Biden did with the border, to figure out some tough things as to how to handle this. You're going to have to figure out some tough ways to handle this. And That's just my point on that.
Yeah, it's gotten out of control. It has gotten literally out of control, and unfortunately, this is your game, President Biden. So you're gonna have to figure out how to win it, to where you start putting your foot down. I mean, start putting your foot down. Just say no.
Yep.
Just say no. And then our last hot topic: will Fani Willis stay on? Well, we know that Fani Willis was assigned to be the prosecutor on the Trump case, but for whatever reason, but there was some controversies, and now there was a movement to get her off of the case. So, and she's saying no to a lot of stuff. But the reality, the big question is, will she be taken off the case? Can Trump handle another black woman with her stiletto heels down his throat?
No, I don't think she'll be removed. The only way that she can be removed is, I just don't think that she's going to be able to be removed. They are delay tactics only. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. You got to hear the case. They brought the case before. They're going to have some hearings, and I think it's just going to be like the same situation, maybe that they gave an alternative with her relationship with I forget what the guy's name was, but who was working in the office being the lead prosecutor. They got him off the case. Okay, so that helped with the delay from one standpoint. The next standpoint is going to be, can they get her off the case? And I don't think that's going to happen. I think you'll see at the beginning of the year that this trial will go on. And unfortunately, if Trump is the president, that definitely will end everything indefinitely. So vote Democrat.
Oh yeah. So will she stay? Want to get your comments. We want to see some thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you think Fani Willis will be staying on the case. But there's a lot going on in the world. We could talk about a lot of hot topics, but these were the three that we wanted to bring to your attention. And with that being said, before we sign off, we want to thank our producer, Mr. Carl Booker, who has stand behind us and supported us and gotten this show off the ground for us. And sometimes his co-producer, Linnell Taylor, also helps out as well. And with that being said, we want to say thank you for coming to Contemporary Black Voices, where we tell our stories our way. And Caleb and Fred, hurry back to the set. Bye-bye.
Good. This was a difficult